August is already making a strong first impression. New releases are rolling in fast, and among them are a handful of games that genuinely deserve a spot on your phone.
Hello friends, welcome back. This is Mobile. Today we're checking out 21 new mobile games for Android and iOS that you can actually play right now. Caravan Sandwich. The wait is finally over. It just dropped on both Android and iOS. One important note, play with a controller since the touchscreen controls still need work. If you're hesitant, know this. There's no combat, no timers, no survival.
On another
Caravan Sandwich. The wait is finally over. It just dropped on both Android and iOS. One important note, play with a controller since the touchscreen controls still need work. If you're hesitant, know this. There's no combat, no timers, no survival pressure. It's just you, a small van, a beautiful sci-fi world, and the mystery of a missing sister pulling you forward. It has a cozy road trip feel. Every stop, every character, every abandoned place makes you want to keep driving a little further. Offline game, $7. Carx Street has always nailed the driving feel, and now is the perfect time to come back. The developers haven't moved on. They've rebuilt the game with major updates, improved physics, graphics, optimization, weather effects, and new modes. It's one of the most satisfying driving experiences on mobile today, rewarding you for learning your machine and earning every run. Simple, polished, and free. Solid 10/10. Drone Strike just released on Android, and it's excellent from start to finish. You watch the battlefield from 1,000 feet up, mark targets, choose who moves first, and watch the chaos unfold seconds later. It's less run and gun, more commanding the whole fight from above. If military shooters are your thing and you've ever wanted to play the support aircraft instead of the soldier, this is worth checking out. Rogue Streets dropped this morning and instantly brought back that old-school beat-em-up feeling. You walk into a room, get surrounded by 10 guys, and somehow come out standing with a broken pipe and half the furniture on the floor. Combat is mostly improvised, clearly inspired by Streets of Rage and its peers, and it doesn't pretend to be more than that, which is exactly why it works. Free, offline, Android only for now.
So I never thought
Iron League. Never thought slap fighting would make a good mobile game, but here we are. It's less about landing hits and more about timing, reading your opponent, and nailing that perfect slap at the right moment. Quick matches, satisfying progression, dumb enough to be genuinely entertaining. Only downside? It's online only. Formula and Traffic. This is a classic one more run racer. About an hour in, you'll realize you're too deep to stop. Weaving a formula car through regular traffic never gets old because every close call feels earned. Fast, tense, and rewarding when you thread the gap. A solid pick if you're bored of standard racers and want something fresh. Silent War. An online FPS for anyone craving a solid shooter with friends that isn't trying to copy Call of Duty. Multiple soldier classes, custom loadouts, rank progression, and private lobbies. It's early, so don't expect a AAA scale shooter yet, but first impressions are decent. With continued updates, it could build a loyal community. 8 Astro Arena. Out for just a couple of weeks and already at nearly 5 million players. It respects your time, a 3v3 where every second counts. Closer to Dota compressed into a match 3 style pace. Heroes are easy to learn but distinct enough that you'll find favorites, and it gets competitive fast. Quick, clean, and addictive. Highway Rush. No story, no cutscenes, no menus. You tap play and you're instantly weaving through traffic like the brakes were removed at the factory. The fun isn't winning, it's surviving your own bad decisions. Every close call feels like getting away with something you shouldn't have. First-person view nails that old-school arcade racing feel. Clockwork Oasis. Already a hit on PC before landing on mobile. It mixes roguelike shooting with tower defense in a way that sounds odd on paper but works brilliantly. Fighting enemies while building turrets, gathering resources, and keeping your base alive. Barely a dull moment. An hour disappears before you notice. Great if you like Vampire Survivors or strategy roguelikes with more hands-on involvement. Honorable mention, Rise of Kingdoms. Big update, Season 3. Weather can now disrupt your plans. Terrain matters more, and new elite troops give each faction more personality. It's great to see the developers expand the strategy layer instead of just piling on content. It's starting to feel like a proper mobile Total War game. Free, about 3 gigabytes total. Boxing fighter. Not trying to be the next Undisputed or Real Boxing, and that's exactly why it works. Open it for a couple of minutes, throw some punches, unlock something new. And somehow you're still playing an hour later. Quick, hooky progression. Watching your boxer become a champion gives it real depth. An easy pick if you want boxing without the seriousness. Spin Rhythm XD. One of the highest rated rhythm games on PC for years, now finally on Android. Instead of just tapping notes, you're spinning, flicking, and sliding your way through tracks, creating that classic one more song pull as you chase your own high score. Stacked soundtrack, great presentation, and gameplay that feels genuinely different from most mobile rhythm games. Over 100,000 downloads in a single day. Hopefully iOS is next. Hole.io. One of the most satisfying little arcade games on mobile. There's something oddly therapeutic about starting as a tiny hole that can barely swallow a bench, then a few minutes later devouring entire skyscrapers. Simple, chaotic, never gets old. Proof that the best mobile games don't need complicated mechanics, just a fun idea executed well. Don't Starve Together. Finally on mobile, and it's easily one of the best survival releases in a long time. If you've never played it, you're in for one of the most rewarding co-op survival experiences ever made on mobile. Full multiplayer, controller support, cloud saves, and a surprisingly smooth touch interface. $8.99 with a launch discount. Still probably the best survival game you can play. The Nurse. An old-school horror indie that knows less is more. No weapons, no fighting back, just staying quiet, listening, and hoping whatever's chasing you doesn't turn the corner. Tension builds well as you learn the hospital's layout and realize nowhere feels safe. Great if you like slower horror where atmosphere does the heavy lifting. Crash Cat Zombie Survivor. Doesn't try to reinvent the survival genre, just puts you behind the wheel and lets the chaos do the talking. Half the fun is weaving through zombie boards where the truck grows bigger and more ridiculous with every run. Easy to pick up and surprisingly hard to put down. Mindball. Feels like an old-school mobile game that wouldn't have been a hit years ago, but works perfectly now. That's part of the charm. Rolling, jumping, dodging traps through surprisingly creative obstacle courses without overcomplicating anything. Simple physics, fresh level ideas, and solid boss fights. A great light offline game. Ruler of the Land Fire Dragon. If you're into idle RPGs, this one has more going for it than most. Based on one of Korea's longest-running martial arts series, so the world and characters carry decades of history instead of feeling invented on the spot. Standard idle progression, log in, collect rewards, get stronger, but combat, guild battles, and the classic setting give it more personality than the average AFK game.
And finally,
Android only for now. Night Pause. The kind of stealth game we rarely get on mobile anymore. No fighting your way out of mistakes. Rush in and you're caught. The fun is in watching patterns, waiting for the right moment, and slipping past unnoticed. Every successful heist feels genuinely rewarding. A gem for anyone who likes stealth games that reward patience.